Hello, how is it going? It is me, Commandant Franz, and today I want to do a tier list of religions. That's right, religions. And sometimes when you see YouTubers do tier lists on potentially controversial subjects, they'll say stuff like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see all the people getting unnecessarily angry in the comments. This is clearly just a joke. Well, here, no, this is not clearly a joke. You should be angry, because if you believe in some trash, low-tier religion, then I don't know what to say. Just stop. Anyway, let's get started. And the first religion that I want to do is Catholicism, because, of course, I am a crusader. I'm Catholic. And you know, it's pretty cool that the Crusades were Catholic, because the Crusades were pretty cool. But Catholicism also isn't particularly interesting. However, Catholicism is a good religion to ironically be. So, overall, I'm going to say Catholicism is an A-tier religion. Next religion I would like to do is Islam. And you might be wondering why I'm splitting Christianity into Catholicism and presumably other things. But Islam, I'm just saying Islam. And the reason is that I don't know anything about the different sects of Islam. I know there's the Sunni and the Shia, but I don't know what they do. But Islam is also an A-tier religion because really for all the same reasons as Catholicism. It's also a good religion to be, ironically. They also like killing infidels, all that stuff. Not anything S tier about it, but overall, great religion. And, well, let's go back to Christianity for a moment and do Lutheranism, a Protestant religion. I do not like Protestants. However, Martin Luther, he had, actually I don't know if this is true, but this is something I heard, that he would have fights in the latrines with the devil. He would like pick up his own poop and throw it at the devil. So that's pretty cool. So if that's true, that's going to get Lutheranism up to a B tier. But I don't know if that's true. If that's not true, it would go probably C or D. And while we're on Protestants, I think I should also do Calvinism, because Calvinism, I think, is what most Protestants in the United States are. Here's the thing about Calvinism. In Calvinism, they believe in predestination, and that means that God decided you're going to be bad and you're going to go to hell, and you're going to be good and you're going to go to heaven. He decided that. He didn't give us free will. Just some people are going to be bad and they're going to go to hell. So basically he just arbitrarily sends people to hell. So why does he do that? I don't know, but still, of course, God is still supposed to be good. Then, fun fact I know about Calvinism is Calvin, while he was in charge in Geneva, burned more people at the stake than the Spanish Inquisition ever did in however long they were around, a really long time. So Calvinism is also going to get a B tier. It's extreme, but also it's mainstream. And next religion I'm going to do, it's going to be Judaism. Judaism, well, it's like the grandfather of all the Abrahamic religions, so that's pretty cool. But also doesn't have anything special going for it. I don't think it's particularly interesting. I'm going to have to put it in C tier. It's kind of boring. It's not bad. It just doesn't have anything great going for it. Now let's hop over to the east, to the Orient, and take a look at Buddhism. Buddhism, I gotta be honest, Buddhism is kind of ruined by the fact that there's new agey white people who are like, ooh, I'm going to have a bowl of rice for dinner tonight. You know, those kind of people. It just gives Buddhism, it's going to have to go in D tier. It's not F tier because its culture kind of got appropriated and other people kind of gave it a bad name by being annoying assholes. But it's gonna have to go in D tier. And while we are in the East, I also want to look at Hinduism. And the thing about Hinduism is it's very complicated and there's a lot of gods. That's great. The more complex and the more gods your religion has, the better it is. And that is why Hinduism, if I can select it, gets the S tier. Hinduism is a great religion. I love Hinduism. And I think that we should also, while we were in India, look at Sikhism. Sikhism is, I think there used to be a lot of Sikhs in Pakistan as well, but I think they all moved out. And Sikhism, I don't actually know anything about Sikhism, but we're going to put it in A tier. And we're going to put it all the way in this corner. And you will see why later. You'll see why I'm putting it in the corner there. And why I'm putting it in A despite knowing nothing about it. And I think that I should also take a look at Shinto. Shinto is a traditional Japanese religion. And basically, I didn't mean to put that there. Oops. Like I was saying, traditional Japanese religion. And basically, people who practice Shinto. Oh, an interesting thing is a lot of the people in Japan are both Shinto and Buddhists. So I guess they don't see that as mutually exclusive. And okay, so what the Shintos believe is they believe that there's all these kami, they call them. It's basically like a spirit. And you know, maybe that tree is a kami. Maybe my Xbox controller is a kami. Maybe my ass is a kami. Who knows? And then they just pray to those spirits for like good luck and shit. And I think that's pretty cool. That just like anything can be a kami. So for that reason, Shinto's gonna go in the B tier. It's pretty cool. Next thing I want to look at, while we are still in the East, but then it will segue into my next part, is the Falun Gong. And this is like a weird Chinese cult. And they hate the Chinese government because the Chinese government, actually no, they hate the Chinese government and the Chinese government steals their organs. They probably don't hate the Chinese government because the Chinese government steals their organs. It's probably the other way around. But anyway, the Chinese government steals their organs. Weird cult. I don't know anything about them, but I think they're pretty nasty dudes. I'll put them in B because I think they're pretty extreme religion. And that segues into cults. But before we go into full cults, I want to go into not really cults, because there's a couple religions. A couple doesn't mean two, I'm sorry. There are two religions that are kind of cults, but there's too many people in them for me to really call them cults. And those are Mormonism is the first one. And Mormonism also goes over with Sikhism in the corner. And now I can reveal why they're in the corner. It is because that is the special underwear section. Sikhism and Mormonism, they both wear magic underwear. I don't know why that's like a trend across these religions that probably didn't interact very much, but they both get special underwear, so that's pretty cool. And Mormonism also, they believe all sorts of wacky stuff, and that's pretty cool. I like the Mormon beliefs. They're pretty cool. And the other one is Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses, again, not really a cult, but kind of a cult. And Jehovah's Witnesses, I think they believe in 1914 the devil came to earth, and since then the devil has been ruling over earth. I don't really know why they believe that. Also I think they're always saying the end is coming soon. And also they believe, I think, when you die, you just die like what normal atheists believe, but then like at the end times, God resurrects all the good people, and then the bad people just remain dead. Like, they don't go to hell, I don't think. I think they're just dead. Oh, and then also there's like 1,000 something that go to heaven with God. So Jehovah's Witnesses, I think Jehovah has an H at the end. Why did that delete that? I don't know. Oh, it's probably because this needs to come out. Yep, there we go. Okay. Jehovah's Witnesses, not super wacky. They can have B tier. No, C tier. Now let's get into actual cults. And the first one I'm going to look at, I can't actually remember the name of this cult, but you'll recognize it anyway because it is the Jonestown cult. And if you don't know, there was this guy, Jim Jones, and he was like a communist, and he wanted to spread communism through his cult. And so he got a bunch of people, and at some point he went down to Guyana, and they started a village in Guyana called Jonestown. And at some point, U.S. government found out that shady stuff was going on in Jonestown, like abuse and stuff. So they sent down like a senator there, or maybe it was a representative, some congressman, something like that. And this guy and the people who were with him wound up getting shot at. I don't know if this guy was killed, but they wound up getting shot at, and so they had to leave. And not long after that, a lot of people say they drank Kool-Aid. They actually drank the off-brand Flavor Aid, but same idea. And it had cyanide in it, and they made everyone drink it. And mass suicide. And that's pretty badass that they like shot up like the congressman and then killed themselves. So you're gonna get A tier for that, and I'm going to get canceled for saying that shooting at U.S. government official and mass suicide is badass, but come on, it is. And next I want to do the Branch Davidians. And these guys were an offshoot of Seventh-day Adventists, I think, and they followed this guy called David Koresh. I don't know what his birth name was, but he decided that he was called David Koresh, and he believed that he was the Lamb from the Book of Revelations, one of the 2 books of the Bible that I've actually read. And so anyway, these guys, they had a compound outside of Waco in Texas, and at some point the ATF, the Tobacco and Firearms guys, whatever the abbreviation is, they found out about them having guns in their compound, and so they went to raid it or look at it or whatever, but a couple of them got shot, but not a couple of them. Some of them, I don't even know who's to, got shot by some of the Branch Davidians. And so then the FBI came in and laid siege to the fort in Waco, Texas. And at some point they put in tear gas, and then the Branch Davidians, the tear gas is flammable, and the Branch Davidians lit it on fire and killed everybody inside. Except they say that the FBI, the survivors at least say the FBI was the one who started the fire. Come on, guys, that's super badass. Like admit you did it. It's so cool. Like, don't say someone else did it. But yeah, that's A tier. Again, badass. Uh, so I think it's time now that we look at atheism. This is my religion, or rather my lack of a religion. And as an atheist, like, I'm an atheist, and I have to admit, atheism is boring. It's like, okay, you don't have a god, okay. Like, it's not interesting. So atheism's gonna go there. And then atheism's retarded brother, agnosticism. This is worse than atheism. It's like, well, I don't know if there's a god. Ooh, okay, F tier. Just like, decide if there's a god or not. Okay. Next, I want to look at, what do I want to look at next? I know what I want to look at next. Norse paganism. Norse paganism. Let's capitalize that P. The fuck? Oh, I must have hit caps lock. No. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working, but we got a capital P on paganism, finally. Norse paganism. You guys probably know about this. Odin and Thor and whatnot. It's pretty cool. Got some good lore, some good myths. So, can go B tier. Not great, but it's pretty cool. And then I want to look at Greek paganism. And this is less cool. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as cool. Nothing particularly going for it. C tier. Then I want to look at neo-paganism. And this is people who think that they're pagans. And okay, so imagine cultural appropriation, but back in time. That's what this is. Like, okay, so like imagine you're just minding your own business, and suddenly like the TARDIS, say, just pops into your room, and Doctor Who fucking jumps out, and he's like, ha! And he holds a gun to you, and he's like, give me your culture, and you're like, ooh! And you give him your culture, so he's appropriated your culture, and he hops back in his time machine and goes back to his time. That is what neo-paganism is. It's cultural appropriation back in time. It's stupid. D tier. And next thing I want to look at is Wicca. These people are all Satan worshippers in denial. They're like, ooh, yeah, this goat-headed god is not Satan, definitely. They get F tier. Also, they're all new agey assholes. Speaking of Satan worship, let's look at actual Satan worship. These guys think they're super badass. They're just in this because they think it makes them look badass. Get D tier. I think we're done here. This is my rating, totally unbiased, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And also, if you believe in a low tier religion, please consider converting to something better. Goodbye.